We begin here with the haunting images from inside the train, moments after it came to a deafening halt. Tonight, the frantic images from inside the mangled cars right after the train derailed. The passengers thrown from their seats, luggage sent flying through the air.
There's people stuck in here, they can't get out.
Passengers helping one another, calling out to each other.
Is everybody out of this car?
After those 7 cars came to a screeching halt, those passengers knew they had to get out.
I got you, okay? Okay? Keep crawling, okay?
Outside the train and in the dark, the passengers stunned.
Was there any warning at all before this happened?
No. Basically, the train tilted over and rolled.
7:10 p.m., Amtrak 188 leaving Washington, D.C. 238 passengers on board, 5 crew members. 9:28 p.m., the first call, the train ripping from the tracks on a sharp curve in Philadelphia's Frankford neighborhood. Moments later, the emergency calls.
We're going to classify this as a mass casualty incident. One train's dead, looks like it's completely in pieces.
The urgent search for passengers in the darkness, rescuers using flashlights, surrounded by the twisted cars. 3 on their sides, 1 upside down, the others off the tracks.
We have people on the track and a couple of cars overturned.
And almost immediately, the images of the walking wounded, covered in blood but alive, many climbing out through windows, some climbing up onto seats to crawl out through the roof. Beth Davids told me she was among them, the scratches to her face.
All I just remember was like it felt like a turn. I mean, you could just feel like then you knew it was more than just a turn. I mean, because the whole car was turning on its side. And then it was just kind of a slow moment of darkness as you're kind of like tumbling with people and things and chairs. And I mean, all the seats were falling.
The passengers everywhere needing help, the first responders helping this man get medical help. So many patients, they used buses to get them to area hospitals, many limping and unsteady. More than 200 treated at local hospitals, 10 in critical condition tonight. Inside the trauma ward at Henneman University Hospital, doctors telling me the severity of the injuries revealed just how far and how fast these passengers were thrown.
The moment you saw these injuries, you thought this is consistent with a train derailment because they were thrown.
Absolutely. They had some broken bones, they had some bruising, they had some cuts and scrapes. Mostly everybody was what we call born trauma.
Overnight, they were still searching for loved ones they were waiting for word on.
We had a work meeting and she left at 8:46 to get on the 9, and her husband, she had told, she had got on the train.
That friend and mother tonight confirmed dead. From the sky, you could see the engine detached, 7 cars off the tracks, 1 almost completely gone. At daybreak today, the scope of the disaster revealed. 6 a.m. Federal investigators on the scene here this morning. They've been here all night long. And if you look, you can see one of the cars actually leaning there. The investigators right at the tail end, right on the tracks above the telephone poles that have been drawn in during the derailment. Obviously, the big question this morning, how big of a role did speed play in this? Did a turn in the tracks actually play a role too? Tonight, investigators revealing they have recovered the crucial black box. The NTSB also revealing that train going more than 100 miles per hour. They expect the box to reveal even more critical clues. ABC News has learned the train engineer gave initial statements to police detectives here, as authorities also reveal some of the 238 passengers on board are still unaccounted for tonight. As Leonard Nobbs, a husband and father, recovers, this was his first time taking the train. Trapped underneath, he told me he remembers the officer who held his hand.
One cop actually stopped, knelt down, and held my hand until the paramedics came with me, which made me feel comfort.
That patient in the trauma ward telling me he hasn't slept yet, saying that every time he closes his eyes, he says he feels like they're crashing again.